So one of the things that I'm wondering is I've been playing probably for the past like 3 years and not really sitting with anyone to train, but just learning hands-on. And I went to my first tournament and they're like, oh, we know that you're a new player because you left everything open and you never hit when you were supposed to. And now after that embarrassing moment, like probably like 8 months past now, I'm realizing every time there's an opportunity to hit, the question now to the group is, should we always hit and cover the point? Like if possible, is that like best practice?
The first thing I want to tell you is there is no such rules in Backgammon. There's never something that says if you can hit and cover, you should hit and cover. The only rule is really consider at your best the situation and assess for yourself what's best to do. But you will never find in Backgammon laws that tell you if you can hit and cover, hit and cover. If you can double hit, then double hit. It doesn't make sense because everything is so dependent on the situation itself. You'd better, develop your skills of your analytic skills and make up your mind by yourself, because this is, key. What's going to make you a player with your own style, rather than, go and trying to find those rules and applying them. It doesn't work that way.
Ola is right, of course. But I mean, that being said, I would still say that if you had to choose to either always hit or never hit, then you should go with always hit. That it is much more often right than wrong to hit.
And so one of the things that, if you don't mind, can I say one more, ask another scenario? So sometimes early in the game, I'm more open to being vulnerable in early of the game because I feel like it's so early and I can progress faster if I just open up, straight away in the game. And then I start playing more conservative towards the end. And I recognize that sometimes I'm just constantly like getting hits because I'm leaving these pieces open. So I'm wondering, where can I find references for the names of plays that move the game? Like, for instance, someone had mentioned a split earlier, so I recognize what that means. But there's something called a blitz where, I guess you're just moving more quickly across the board. And I'm interested in learning how to move quickly across the board in a conservative way, but also understands the name of the play. So I'm watching someone else play. I understand what they're doing and I can prepare a defense.
Yeah, for my understanding. So are you asking also about how you can learn backgammon terminology or...
Yeah, the terminology is important because when I'm watching someone else play, sometimes I notice what they're doing and it helps that I know the name. For some reason, it helps in the brain and then I can respond appropriately. But sometimes I can't remember all the plays, but I bet you I can probably remember all the terms. That'll be helpful in just kind of playing against their moves.
I think that at bkgm.com, I think they have a backgammon dictionary, basically. And if not, there is also a book by Bob Wachtel. I don't remember the name of it, but which also explains a lot of concepts in backgammon, basically. It's also like some sort of dictionary. So I guess that would be my answer to that. And as far as how can you, blitz better without taking too much risk, etc. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to give general answers to that because it is difficult to know what your strategy should be just in general. It is so position specific. So what I can recommend you do is, you can read some good backgammon books that give you some general advice, and you could get, for example, Extreme Gammon to give you feedback on your specific plays and tell you what plays are good and what plays are not so good.
Maybe, Amanda, what you're looking for is what we generally call a game plan.
Yes.
So you heard of this?
Yeah, a game plan. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah. Is probably prop to improve.
So game plans, we have 4 patterns of game plans in Backgammon. One is hitting, one is priming, one is racing, and the fourth is, what have I missed, people?
Blitzing.
Yeah, blitzing, true. And all those game plans have, actually, when you roll the dice and you see what the dice have to offer, this is when you have to decide on your game plan. So what do I do with them? And so you look into those 4 possibilities and what makes more sense in the present position for you to do. And then you go for this decision and for designing, and it's like executing this plan. And so you will find loads of articles about game plans so you can, get a better idea what they're about. And I'm putting in the chat right here a link on YouTube. It's Michihito Kageyama, so world number two player, who has done presentation on summer 2020. And basically it's all about game plans. If you want to take those, 45 minutes and, find out what's his insight, he has just published a book about game plans. It's a good source, but game plans, I think, is what you're looking for. And this will be, really very, very useful to you now.
I dropped for a minute, so I don't know if Amanda is still on, but Amanda, I'm April Messick and I work for the US Backgammon Federation. And I just wanted to let you know we have a new series that's called Backgammon 101, and it's on Zoom. It's free sessions that are once a month, and actually our session is today. And you're our ideal target market as beginning players, so that's another resource too. If you'd like, I can send you information on it.
Sure.